Alright, we're back. That was a terrible intro. Hold on. Let me double check here. Okay. Hey. Better intro. Hey. Oh, I gotta give you a recap. So a bunch of stuff happened. So we got this guy. He's a cool dude. We got different skills. Instead of our barrage skill, we have this now. It's a little blue spray. Does a lot more damage. It's a lot easier to use. Yeah, that's that. And then instead of our other thing, like the little zigzaggy thing, we have this spell now. It like blows up at the wall in these little, hey, waggly patterns. It does a bajillion damage. Basically, like, these are the spells that we were trying to use, but we had to use the other ones until we got here. So we did a lot. We killed a sword guy in here. We killed a volcano boy in here. Man, we actually did a lot. We went to the labyrinth. We went to the no, this isn't. We went to the labyrinth and we got this thing. We unlocked it. So now we're officially a pathfinder. And we got a little bit reduced elemental damage taken. So that's great. Super exciting. We'll get more at level 55. We're level 41 now. We've gained so many levels. Oh my god, what the heck? They updated the ground and I don't like it. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that happened. The whole like outlook of this game, not outlook, what's it called? Like the theme of this game has changed dramatically. So like before we were in like a verdant forest and stuff, and now we're inside the guts of whatever this nightmare amalgamation is. Yeah, we went through like some really creepy like normal shit, and now we're kind of in some like really creepy like supernatural shit. I have water and did I just miss? Nope. I have water and a shake and some fries. What's happening here? What's going on? Oh. Well, that's no bueno. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So I'm currently uploading the last video. Well, let's see what I can figure out how to do without doing anything. Oh my god, I'm lagging. Oh, I love it. I love casting a spell and then the game figuring out, oh yeah, you cast that spell. I forgot. Watch this. Look, why am I jumping around? Are you seeing this? Oh, okay. Anyway. I'm uploading not the last episode that I lost, but the episode before that. So, yeah. Alright, let's see if I can show you what we did. So we got a couple dope things. So, firstly, we got these bad boys. And these are converting my physical damage, which is what the wand normally fires, into lightning damage, which is much easier to scale. So that's good. So it makes it like this elemental damage with attack supports. So if I slap that on my wand skill now, it will increase the damage dealt by 41%. Sorry, that's not quite true. I will make it deal 41% more elemental damage. There's a difference in this game between increase and more. Increasing damage, that's like, do you see how it says 114 increased physical damage? So increased means exactly what it's saying. It's increasing your damage. It adds. So if I have two sources that both say increased, then they'll add together. But this bad boy, it says he deals more elemental damage. So the more damage stacks, or what is it called? Multiplies. It's really good. So when I see more or less, those are like big boy modifiers. Wow, so I can't even like do an episode right now, can I? There's something I said. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. We could do a little recap episode kind of thing. Let me do this. This is my hideout, by the way. I made this. I designed this whole thing. It's just an empty room before your boy got to it. Can I like... Oh my god. This lag is killing me. Not even slowly. It's just straight killing me. So... Oh, I can do this character selection. This is a cool boy. So this is what a character looks like at level 92. The max level is 100, but you'll never get there. Like, the amount of experience it takes to get from 98 to 100 is the same amount of experience it takes to get from 1 to 98. All right, so let's look at a ring here. So let's focus on here, right? We have this unset ring. Right now, it's just a ring, right? If I start using things to make it a magic ring, right? I can use a transmutation, which will make it a magic item. So, this is a magic item. We gave it a magic property. A magic item can have 2 modifiers to it, and modifiers just give me bonuses when I wear them, right? So, like, the ones I'm wearing right now, like, they give me a ton of stuff. So, like, this one, the big one is increased attributes, maximum life, increased elemental damage with attacks, cold resistance, like so much cool stuff is from this belt, right? Okay, and then this ring. Right now it would just, any attack that I make with any weapon when I'm wearing this ring deals 7 to 12 additional fire damage. Cool, right? You might notice it changes its name, right? Now instead of just unset ring, it's smoking unset ring. Pretty cool, right? Okay. But watch this. If I give it another property with an orb of augmentation, because that's what that does, boom! Now it's smoking unset ring of the Yeti. So what we're looking at is now it has 2 modifiers, which by the way is the maximum that a magic item can have. And so it has a new prefix to the name and a suffix to the name. So the smoking unset ring indicates that it's the fire damage, and then of the Yeti indicates that it's a cold resistance. So the maximum a magic item can have is 2 properties. Cool. But now let's see what happens when I make it a rare item. A rare item gets some funky stuff going on. So as you can see, it gets a title. Right? It's like a whole nother, it's like this is its own item, the Brimstone Hold, and that's just randomly generated, by the way. This one in particular has 5 items. Basically, it can have 6 modifiers. It can have 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. All of these are random, but they're also like random in themselves, right? So this is fire resistance. 19% fire resistance. Well, I can have between 1% fire resistance and 45% fire resistance on a ring. So I call that a roll, right? Like this would be like a low fire resistance roll because it's 19 out of 45, right? But I still have fire resistance on the item, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. So like the dexterity, I think that's mildly high. It's like upper middle. These change every time, so if I scour it to reduce it to a normal item again, boom. Well, now I have a ton of intelligence, and look at that lightning resistance. It's terrible. So that's a garbage roll. Yeah, okay, but then you have uniques. This is one of my favorite uniques, Nagamahu's Flame. So what a unique is, it's a normal item, but then it has a modifier on there that no other item has. So just like before, it's got that title up there, Nagamahu's Flame, but that one will always be there. Every Nagamahu's Flame will have exactly these stats. So it will always have physical damage, it will always have attack speed, it will always convert 50% of your physical damage to fire, and it will always make damage penetrates 20% fire resistance. But the thing that makes this unique, mostly, is this 20% chance to trigger level 16 Molten Burst on melee hit. You don't need to know what that is, or what it does, but you should know, like, that's the stat that makes it unique. So when I see, like, something on the ground drops orange, and I'm like, oh, I know what that is. That's a Morta Morsu. That happened in the episode that got deleted. I know that that's true because I know the name of the item. The other thing that makes unique items cool, and let me see if I can turn this off. These unique items, like this axe here, this art you will never see anywhere else. And you can actually see it on the character too. Like I'm wielding this like really cool axe thing. That's Nagamahu's Flame. Nagamahu's Flame will always look like that. That's just something that makes it unique, right? That's another unique thing. So if I'm, like, I joked about it. I didn't joke about it. I sort of mused on it in the episode that got deleted. But, like, a unique item dropped. And it just said, because it's unidentified, which I didn't go over. Maybe I'll go over in just a second. Because it's unidentified, it just said Abyssal Axe. But it had this art and was red. I mean, orange. This color, right? Instead of yellow, it's orange. I was like, yeah, that's Mortem Morsu. I know that. All of these items in here, these are all unique items, and they each have their own name, and they each have their own stats. Now, the roll on each one of these stats is not always the same. So, like, this Nagamahu's Flame has 229% increased physical damage on it. That is 1% off the maximum roll that it possibly could have, but it could have down to 190% increased physical damage. So mine's really good because it got a high roll, but it will always have those stats. Like it will always have increased physical damage. You just don't know precisely how much increased physical damage, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm like, wow, that's a good roll. That's what I mean, is like the range of stats. When I say like, oh, that has good stats, I'm talking about the letters. And if I'm saying, that's a really bad roll, I'm talking about the numbers. I guess that's a good way to put it. Okay, Colossal Mana Flask. So it says unidentified. So when it says unidentified like this, I have no idea what the stats are. I don't know what the name is, and I can't use it. What I can do is I'll take this Scroll of Wisdom and boink. Now I can see it has a prefix on it. It's the Bubbling Colossal Mana Flask. And it has, the bubbling makes it have those 3 lines of text there. Jewelry in general is probably pretty good, but we won't know until I identify it. Boop. Holy shit, look at all those lines of text. I would have never known unless I identified it. So, the things that are always useful to find are these Chaos Orbs. I mentioned it in the episode that got deleted, but I've said it in real life several times. Finding a Chaos Orb on the ground is kind of like finding a $20 bill. Like, it's super exciting, and it's always going to be worth something. Like, Chaos Orbs are always worth something. So they're always exciting to find, and they're like the currency that people trade with. If I have an item that I want to sell, let's say I have my Axiom chain belt, and I don't want this. I want to sell it to somebody. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to their hideout, and they're going to open up a trade window with me, and I'm going to trade them their Axiom chain belt for an undisclosed amount of Chaos Orbs that, not undisclosed, I haven't decided. I don't know how many Chaos Orbs it's worth, but they would give me how many Chaos Orbs it's worth. So then, currency that is even more exciting than the Chaos Orb, this Divine Orb, is sweet. They're worth 10 Chaos, almost always. Sometimes it'll be a little more. I've seen them as high as 15, but they're never less than 10. Like, they're just like, always like, oh my god, I just found like $200 on the ground, right? It's that level excitement. It's like, wow, a Divine Orb. The other one is this Annulment Orb. This one's price is a little more fluctuating. They're worth some Chaos. So then, this item here. This Exalted Orb. You only find a couple of these in a league. The first one you find is always like, oh my god, yes, I can afford everything for this character now. It's so good. At the start of a league, it's worth 80 Chaos. And then as you approach the end of the league, they're worth like 200 Chaos. What would that be? Like $4,000 or something like that if you just find it on the ground. It's insane. They're so good and they're so exciting to find. They have this really like exciting like whink kind of sound that pops up and they glow bright white. Actually, all 4 of these things, the Divine Orbs, the Orb of Annulment, and the Exalted Orbs all glow bright white when you drop them. But they're all really exciting, especially the Exalted Orb. And then the last one goes in this slot here. I've never seen one of these. I've played the game since, when did this game come out? Yeah, so the game came out in 2013, and I was playing like 3 years before that. So let's just say a decade, right? A decade of playing this video game. I've never seen one. I never met someone who has seen it. I've only seen videos of people who have seen one because they're that rare that they're like posted all over the internet when someone does see one. They're called a Mirror of Kalandra, and they will take any rare item at all and duplicate it. They'll make a mirror of it, basically. So if someone gets like the best item in the game, then someone takes a mirror and then they also get the best item in the game. So a Mirror of Kalandra is worth 300 Exalted Orbs. So that's a lot. That's a lot. Anyway, let me see if the lag has died down. Nope, not at all. This is the end of the video. So remember, if you like my videos and my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to receive notifications for when I post every Tuesday of the 3rd. Yep. Enjoy.